the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in the center position. Harris with it. Picked up by Thompson. Molinari passes to Fareed. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Jokic passes to Fareed. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Harris misses. And so it's Golden State with it. Kenneth Fareed pulls it in. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Passes it to Fareed. There's Gallinari with the three. Shot is off. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Here's Green. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
It's stolen by Bogut. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Green with the jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Just 4 to shoot. And the basket by Harris. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Fareed goes in. Here's Thompson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league and break both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons. Kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
Curry from deep three-point range. And the Warriors miss again.
He's been wayward and just off about everything he's put up in this period.
From deep. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Fareed goes in, and that one is stuffed right through.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Curry's shot is off.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Out to Harris. Here's Jokic. Guarded by Green. They double him with Green. Jokic. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry. And we've seen it all, guys. The Nuggets have been in free fall the last couple years. Part of that is their play at home, where, GA, they used to be invincible.
You remember back in the day, Kevin, I mean, one of the most difficult places to play was in Denver. I mean, you're dealing with the thin air, but that hasn't been the case here of late.
George Karl just prided his team on what they did. Barton kicks to Chandler. Here's Laverne. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And, you know, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but they weren't as bad as you would have thought. Managed to get 19 wins against the rest of the conference, and we know how tough the West is, so that's not shabby.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Arthur's checked in.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Pass to Chandler. He kicks to Augustine. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Here's Curry. 11 points in the game. Fires for three. And that's not going to go. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. The Warriors on top, leading by 6. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
The Warriors shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Laverne. J.K. Sampson comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Moutier in for Augustine. Moutier dishes to Arthur. Barton passes to Nurkic. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Molinari, he's checked in for Jarrell Arthur. Here's Barton. He's covered by Thompson. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. Harris is checked in for Denver. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Green. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Here's Sampson. Not enough on that one as it misses. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, G, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights, the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Left side, Harris. He dishes it to Moutier. Molinari has screen on Thompson. 5 to shoot. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Gallinari.
They've done well in taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
The Nuggets trail by 9. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Inside. And Fareed kicks to Gallinari. Lets it go. Bank shot. No good.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Thompson misses. Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And it's Harris off the drive. Out to Gallinari. Moutier dishes to Harris. You know what? Great D that time from Iguodala. Warriors leading by 9. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Here's Augustine, and the layup falls. Golden State's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Curry can't get it to go.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
The 3, and that one's good. Curry's got 19 points.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Here's Fareed. And he jams it with authority.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And here comes Augustine leading the fast break. It'll count. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And we've reached halftime in this one. Warriors lead by 9. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. The second half just about to get going here. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And the threes, they just dropped for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
I'll say, I mean, this couldn't have been a more productive day for him from long range so far.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. He has the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes is the stretch four with Green in the middle. And it's Iguodala in the three slot.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Moutier, no good. On the wing, Harris. And Fareed kicks to Gallinari. The second chance effort. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Really left alone that time. Curry's got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot and the mid-range shot and beyond being one of them.
How about being last in the league in catch and shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations.
It's stolen by Moutier. On the wing, Harris. And there's the pass to Gallinari. From outside, off the mark. Warriors leading by 9. Thompson from long range. Some solid defense from Harris.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half. You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
The Nuggets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Here's Moutier, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Norkic checked in to Denver. Arthur comes in for Fareed. And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
There's Green with the 3. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Moutier with the ball. Out to Harris. Takes the 3. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the 4th so often. They could have made those numbers even higher had they won it.
Moutier pass to Gallinari. Clock at 2. Shoots the 3. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut to just 5 on the basket for Moutier.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And here we go. Fast break. Moutier's got it. He feeds it to Gallinari. Dishes it to Moutier. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside. Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Augustine dishes to Barton. Sampson kicks to Laverne. Three-pointer Augustine. The shot misses. Good defense by Iguodala. There's 18 seconds left. Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! The Nuggets trailed by 6. Augustine passes to Laverne. And that one's good.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
And here's Thompson. Launches it. Off target. The point. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle at this point. And it's the Warriors with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. P.J. Augustine out there with Will Barton. And it's Laverne in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Augustine again. It's Curry. 5 on the clock. Off the pick. And yes, sir, that one drops. That's 10 points for Kenneth Fareed.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Chandler dishes to Barton. Fareed goes in. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Big group substitution here for Denver.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Curry's shot is off.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
And there's the feet, the Barnes. Kept alive. Beyond the arc. Shot is off.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Here's Iguodala. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Nuggets trail. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. He's got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Mike Malone gave to his team during that last break. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
Fires from deep. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Harris.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Here's Thompson. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Poked away. Down low. Here's Fareed. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And, guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And, guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on it as a difference maker.
And a closer look here at the assistance for the Warriors.
Well, they forced a decent number of turnovers in this one, fellas, and they've turned most of those turnovers into points.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Warriors leading by 3. The drive by Iguodala. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's a 5-point game.
That was a critical trip to the stripe. They have a 2-possession lead now.
Moutier kicks to Fareed. Pass to Moutier. And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Curry has it to Green. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half. But they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
It's stolen by Green. Fareed. Yes!
Man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you got to take it and make it.
And the rejection by Iguodala. And he's able to get it back. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Harris. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry. Denver calls timeout. They're down by 2. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's what you take.
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But
regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Extra time just about to get started here with the jump ball coming up. the Warriors to start out. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here. Brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Harris is out there with Moutier.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
That one is off.
2 shots.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Curry can't get it to go.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Yeah, they've had their chances, and they're playing with passion. They just got to tighten up on the execution.
Where's the dish to Moutier? Pass to Jokic. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Fareed goes in. There's Moutier. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Iguodala with the steal. A finish. And Fareed sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. It's stolen by Moutier. And it's Harris off the drive. On the wing. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And he gets it to go. 20 points for Kenneth Fareed.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
From deep. Shot is